Everybody ought to know. Everybody ought to know. Everybody ought to know who Jesus is. Everybody ought to know. Everybody ought to know. Everybody ought to know who Jesus is. Who Jesus is. Who Jesus is. And I was thinking that today, everybody ought to know who Jesus is. I was thinking today at work, I don't think enough people focus on these core attributes of who Jesus is and who God is. I don't think people focus on who he is and what he is, and by extension, what God is. I was thinking today at work, Jesus is the Prince of Peace, okay? That's one of his titles. He has many titles. Prince of Peace is one of them, but I don't think people focus on what it really means to be the Prince of Peace, okay? This isn't just like the Miss America crown where you just toss it out to somebody and next year you give it to somebody else. This isn't some WCW, WWE belt that you can win in one match and lose in the next. No, this is a title that means something. Prince of Peace. And I don't think enough believers think about what it really means to be the Prince of Peace and the titles that God has, the attributes that God has. God is all powerful, all knowing, and God is love. I don't think enough people focus on the fact that God is love, okay? God, love. To quote Paul Wall, switch name is still the same. Love, God, same dang thing. I don't think enough people focus on the fact that God is the personification of love. God is love, and what that truly means. I mean, he is the truest form of love, and I don't think people focus on enough what that really means. Look, God is all powerful. There is nothing above him. Nothing. There is no authority. There is no power. There is no person or thing above God. He is the ultimate power. So when there are problems mounting in our lives, when we're looking at a stack of bills, or we're looking like we're in some kind of trouble, or we're having mental problems, we're having financial problems, we're having family problems, we need to focus on the fact that God is all powerful, okay? Whatever problems, no matter how big we think they are, God is all powerful, okay? He is bigger than the problem. And I don't think believers focus on that enough. I'm not saying believers don't focus on it. I just don't think it's focused on enough. That he is actually bigger than all of our problems. I don't think people focus on the fact that God is in fact all knowing. Not too long ago, one of my coworkers asked me how to pray. And I'm thinking, God is all knowing. Now, sometimes even I fall for the trap. There are sometimes we do things that we don't admit to nobody. Okay, we are so ashamed of some of the things we do. We don't admit it to family. We don't admit it to friends. We don't admit it to nobody. We don't even admit it to ourselves. We can't even say it out loud to ourselves. But think about it. God is all knowing. It doesn't do any good to hide this stuff from him. You can't. He's all knowing. He knows that you did it when you did it, before you did it. He knew what you did in the past. He knows what you're doing now. He knows what you're going to do in the future. So you may as well come to him in prayer in full honesty. God is all knowing. Okay? So I said the best way to pray is as honest as you know how. Come to God as honest as you know how about your problems and let him take it from there. He already knows what you did. You may as well go ahead and confess it, and as honest as you possibly can, state your intentions from that point forward. God is love. Okay? Whatever you're going through, whatever problems you're having in your life, when life gives you trials, tribulations, and tests, God is all loving. And I don't think enough people think about that. They don't think about that enough. Okay? He's all loving. Whatever he says for us, everything that he has for us, it is for our best interest. It may not feel like it, but once again, he's all knowing. He knows what's best for us. Even if we don't think it's what's best for us, even if we feel like, oh, I don't think this is what I need right now, he knows better. He knows all, in fact. And the things that he does give you, it is for your best interest. It is for the future trials to make you better for them in the future. Whatever's going to happen in the future, he's trying to build you up for the test of tomorrow. He's all love. God is love. Okay? What he wants for us is better than what anybody else can give us. Okay? He loves us. What he wants for us, it is for our best interest. And I was thinking at work, I don't think we focus enough on what God really is. I just don't think we focus enough on it. Everybody ought to know who Jesus is. Who Jesus is. I just don't think people focus enough on it. On who he is. I just don't think people focus on it. And hey, that's all I got to say. Think about it.